My name is Sue Banister, and I'm a CASA volunteer advocate for now 6.5 years. I got into CASA because as a retired teacher at a low-income school, I saw a lot of children that benefited from an adult just taking time, and I saw how much that really impacted their life. So I knew when I was going to retire from teaching that this was something that I wanted to do. So we are lucky enough to just be the one person in this child's life. When we're assigned a case, we are the only constant in their life from when we are assigned to when something happens in court, whether it's reunification, whether it's adoption. We are the constant in that person's life. The social worker may change, situations may change, foster families may change. And I know a lot of people think, I can't be a CASA, I'm not a social worker, I'm not a trained, I don't have a degree. You don't need any of that. They do such a great job of training. It's a 30-hour course, but in that 30 hours, by the time you get done, you are ready to take your first case. Now, when I got the case, he was probably 3rd grade, now he's in 6th grade. So he and his brother were in one foster family, and the 2 sisters were at another foster family in the same city, but they were living apart. In his world, when he was younger, it was like, oh, I'm living with this family, I'm doing well. Well, now as a 6th grader, he really understands what's going to happen. He understands that possibly he might not live with his mother anymore, his biological mother. He realizes that possibly he'll be adopted out. He started realizing, hey, this is what's happening to me, and this is my future. And unfortunately, all the adults around him were making all these decisions. The social worker would say this, and then the foster parent would say that. He was so confused. Nobody specifically asked him, what do you want? He was acting out. He was writing, inappropriate words. So things that normally he wouldn't have done, he was starting to act out and do at school. It was almost like he had an attitude of, nah, I don't care. Nobody cares about me. I don't care about myself. One night he was crying to his foster mother and said, how come nobody's listening to me? How come nobody asks me, what do I want? I do represent him in court. We submit a written report, but they also ask the CASA, would you like to speak in court, which becomes a court record. I wanted the court to hear in his words, and that's what I do in my report. I literally, in quotes, put exactly what the child says to me, because that's what I asked them. I'm your representative in court. What would you like them to know? We talked, he felt better. And it was like, yeah, that's what CASA is all about, because I gave him a voice. And that really was a pivotal point in my volunteerism with CASA, is when he spoke and said, thank you for listening, because nobody was listening to how I felt. Just that little bit of communication and knowing that somebody cares about you really made a difference.